Words can be labels, labels distracting us from the truth of who we are, who we serve, why we create, and knowing our worth to those around us. You are worthy, my friend. The wisdom you have will grow the next person. Each life is worthy of knowing what you know. Stand confident. Continue to learn. Continue to share. Today's journal entry will be full of words, lace, burlap, tags, stamps, music notes, and more. Do you create with any of these? The textures of most of them grab my attention. How often do you walk in a store and touch the things you pass? That's texture driven. The placement of these items on denim and corduroy signify organizing in close quarters. If you long to be organized, doing so in a journal is a great start. We learn so much about ourselves, what we can learn to live without, what we can learn to let go of. It's a freeing process. It is said being organized can lead to health benefits, boost our energy, influence positive eating habits, improve our sleep, reduce stress while boosting happiness, and even the well-being of our heart. There was a period of time in my life I was driven for more of material belongings, more of knowing my worth by the things the world told me. I saw a picture last night which confirmed my first art journal ever. It was from 2011. I started that journal with my kids. I'd been taking art classes myself to grow as an artist, so to share this technique with my kids was a fun process. The next year, I had some life-altering events strike me with anxiety and depression. If you have seen entry 7 of this art journaling series, you know I've experienced these things, and I find journaling as a great coping outlet. It was during that year, 2012, the Lord stopped me dead in my tracks and told me to stop trying so hard. It was a long process over a course of about 5 years. He put scriptures and His people in my life to show me a shifting turn in my spiritual growth, where He comforted me not to be so hung up on the world's view of me, but how He viewed me. Things around me were so overwhelming that to continue journaling was a place He taught me so much about letting go of things. And not every space I have can be organized, but because I do like to be organized, journaling was the smallest space in front of me. My hope is sharing this with you brings clarity to your own life, even if you do not journal. May He stir something in your soul to where you can apply knowing your worth as you continue to do the things you are gifted and passionate about doing. If you have not yet already liked this video, now would be a good time to do so, as well as if you are not already subscribed to my channel. That would be of great help if you would do that. It would benefit me and you. I'm not usually one to ask of those to do things, but YouTube is so wonky for us creators, and they really base a lot of benefits for us as creators off the number of likes that we have and the people that we have subscribed to our channel. And they can keep up with people who are watching it but not necessarily subscribed. Of course, they don't tell us who each person is, but I'm just saying they give us numbers of how many people who are watching who are not subscribed and how many people are watching who are subscribed. So I see so many of you who are not already subscribed, and the subscriptions to my channel really does matter because it helps me with video placement on YouTube and the benefits of being a creator on YouTube. This far into today's video, you have watched me place items on the back side of the denim page and on the gray corduroy page. I have been sorting through items from my collection, trying to organize them and just tinkering and sorting through them. And I thought that it would be a fun process for you to be able to watch generally how long it really does take to be able to find a place for each item on the page, because so many times in previous video entries I will already have the items picked out that will be placed on that journal page. I also would love to know what you are collecting. Do you have a collection of items that you can use in a journal or that you are using in a journal? What types of things would be in your collection? I'm still using that same little card that's there towards the right bottom part of the journal, that little card that I've been smearing the Mod Podge with. If you've watched previous videos, you'll see that I've been using that. It's just an odd piece of paper that I know that I'm not going to put in a journal, and it just helps with smearing the Mod Podge. So this little extra tag here in the middle of the journal, it was one of the items that I put in the journal when creating and binding the journal itself. And so it was kind of fun to find a little something to put there on that tag. So now working here on the denim side, which is the back side of denim. If you saw the previous video, entry 11 and 12, which would have been entry 12 with the denim on it, you will see the front side of the denim. So this will be the back side of the denim. I saved denim from just old denim jeans here at our house that would have been sent to Goodwill per se, and a little scrap of burlap there placed at the upper left side of that journal page. I really have always liked using burlap. I've used it through the years for many different things, making door hangers from the front door, using it for decorations for a child's birthday party. So I have an extremely large roll of burlap left that I bought at Hancock many of years, and I just continue to use it in my pieces. I got it at a good price for like the whole roll. So the music page that I placed there, those are music pages from when my mother sings in the choir at her church. They typically use those, and then whenever they're done, they are, I believe, tossed in the trash or something. I just know one time I was talking to her about music sheets, so she told me she would bring me some home of the ones that they had that were copies. So that was kind of a fun process to be able to have something that was hers and incorporate it. And being that I like music note pages, it worked out great. So I also got the stamp there with the dog on it. It is a German Shepherd dog, and this stamp says, "Seeing for me." So it must be like a service dog, and it's a USA stamp of 15 cents. And the last tag that I'm putting on that page is the black hobo. I, for the first time years ago, got a hobo wallet, and so that was the tag from it. So I got that there on the little tag, and then moving on to the gray corduroy. I will start with the lace first by Mod Podging it down, and then putting the strip of the dictionary page, and then the other stamp on the red little piece of paper there, it has a bird on it, will go on the right side of that page. So enjoy watching that process while I share a little something else special with you. Yesterday we laid my husband's grandfather to rest. It was a somber day. As much as you want to pick up and resume to normal activities after a funeral's festives, you can find your body and mind is wiped out, looking to be restored. So last night was a chill night. Let's take a moment of silence to honor his grandfather. His grandfather was a man who was full of approval, grace, dignity, and provided a safe place. A man who taught my husband how to be a man, to pick up and move on. A man who stood in the gap praying for my health 20 years ago and beyond when no one else was. he still sent cards with his mighty words in green ink that always lifted my spirit, a man who we called Dindad. He lived a full life of 88 years. He attended the public school system, Millsaps College, Ole Miss, and Jackson School of Law. He was employed by the city of Jackson for 39 years, having worked various departments of the city government: traffic, building and permit, planning and zoning, legal department and redevelopment authority. He was also a former member of the Woodland Hills Baptist Church, where he served as a Sunday school teacher, building and grounds chairman, church property coordinator, security committee, and deacon. He also served throughout his life many other capacities, being a FBI agent. He was an officer of JPD, and he worked as a storm chaser for EOC. In his retirement years, he was a member of Christ United Methodist Church, where he was a valued member and on the church staff assisting in facilities management. I couldn't help but think of during his funeral service yesterday, whenever they talked about those things and they lifted him up as a celebration of his life, of the many things that he did do. It was a great example of a man who stood strong through the years, knowing his gifts and his talents, and he actually used those to serve. Not only serve his family, but serve the community and serve his church family. To me, it is just a great example to remind us that what we do matters. It's my hope that you enjoyed hearing pieces of his life story. May you be encouraged in your own life and your spiritual walk.